I Van Will Ames. Thank you for dropping by. I'm in Oregon, so we're practically neighbors. Um, First of all, we need to do today in history. Oh, by the way, thank you for all the well wishes. I am feeling a little bit better. Day by day. That's how it goes. Um, and no, I don't have the Rona. Um, it's something else, but I am sick, and I have been sick for like the last 2 weeks. So that's why I haven't been putting out much content lately. Hey, Nevermore, Washington State, are you in Seattle? So anyway, um, like I said, thank you for all the well wishes, and we'll do today in history, and then we'll get on with the show. Today in history, Madame Butterfly premieres on February 17th, 1904. Giacomo Puccini's opera Madame Butterfly premieres at the La Scala Theatre in Milan, Italy. The young Puccini decided to dedicate his life to opera after seeing a performance of Giuseppe Verdi's Aida in 1876. My apologies for bad pronunciation. In his later life, he would write some of the best-loved operas of all times: La Bohème, 1896, Tosca, 1900, Madame Butterfly, 1904, Turandot, left unfinished when he died in 1924. Not one of these, however, was an immediate success when it opened. La Bohème, the now classic story of a group of poor artists living in a Paris garret, earned mixed reviews, while Tosca was downright panned by critics. While supervising a production of Tosca in London, Puccini saw the play Madame Butterfly, written by David Belasco and based on a story by John Luther Long. Taken with the strong female character at its center, he began working on an operatic version of the play, with an Italian libretto by Giuseppe Giacosa and Luigi Illica. Written over the course of 2 years, including an 8-month break when Puccini was badly injured in a car accident, the opera made its debut in Milan in February 1904. Set in Nagasaki, Japan, Madame Butterfly told the story of an American sailor, B.F. Pinkerton, who married and abandoned a young Japanese geisha, Chiyo-Chiyo-san, or Madame Butterfly. In addition to the rich, colorful orchestration and powerful arias that Puccini was known for, the opera reflected his common theme of living and dying for love. This theme often played out in the lives of his heroines, women like Chiyo-Chiyo-san, who live for the sake of their lovers and are eventually destroyed by the pain inflicted by that love. Ugh. That's kind of, that's sad, but that's opera for you. Operas are usually sad. Um, Little known fact, a lot of operas are also written in one of the Chinese languages. So there are a lot of operas that are written by Chinese folk. So Italians aren't the only ones who write a lot of operas. They're just the best known for it. On to the main event of the day, bad advice in the Bible. How much bad advice can the Bible have? I have no idea. But I guess we'll find out, huh? So I figured I'd stop picking on poor little Solly for a while and pick on Jesus instead. This comes from Luke 12, and verse 22 says, Then Jesus said to his disciples, oh, by the way, this is a bit like the passage from Matthew that I read. And that is because, surprise, surprise, Matthew, Luke, and John took Mark, which was written first at around 80 CE or somewhere around in there, and they just adapted it. So that's why this sounds a lot like Matthew. Then Jesus said to his disciples, Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothes. Yes, you absolutely should worry about what you're going to eat, because you cannot live without food. You absolutely should worry about what you're going to eat. Also, I don't know about in Jesus' time, and probably not in Jesus' time, because there were a lot of people going naked around his time in that place. But in America, there are laws against going naked, except on nudity compounds. That's why there are nudity compounds. But unless you're on a nudity compound, there's laws against going naked, people. Verse 24, Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. Correction. They feed themselves. God does not rain down worms from heaven. They've got to go find those worms or beetles or whatever else they're going to eat that day. God does not feed them. They've got to go out hunting. And how much more valuable you are than birds. This is something that I've always had a problem with. In the end, we are animals. And I'm not going to say we're only animals, because I believe all animals are precious and they have a role to play in life. And yes, some of them do serve as food. But at any rate, no, we are not more valuable than birds. Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to your life? Okay, that's a good point. Hey, even people with bad advice have a few good points. Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest? Because you can do something about the rest? That's why. Verse 27. Consider how the wild flowers grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. I don't know what kind of flowers they had in the Middle East at that time. I can show you some dandelions. This is true, nevermore. Dandelions ain't all that pretty, people. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, how much more will he clothe you, you of little faith? Well, maybe if he was real, he could do something about it, but he's not real. Because he ain't done anything about it yet. I don't expect he will, because he doesn't exist. At least not this version of God. And do not set your heart on what you will eat or drink. Do not worry about it. You absolutely should worry about it. You cannot live without food and without water. I think you can last about a week without food and about 3 days without water. I'm not sure on those. Those are approximate. Verse 30. For the pagan world runs after all such things, and your Father knows that you need them. What's wrong with pagans? What is wrong with pagans? Verse 31. But seek his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. No, they won't. No, they won't. They're not just going to drop in your lap. You got to go out and get them. You got to go out and work for a living. Verse 32. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. Verse 33. Sell your possessions and give to the poor. Provide purses for yourselves that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail, where no thief comes near and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So, wait a minute. We're supposed to sell everything we have on earth. Things we can see and touch and feel. And we're supposed to trade all these things that we need. We all have things we don't need. All of us have things we don't need, unless you're really, really poor. But all of us have things we don't need, okay? But when we're talking about the basics, we're talking about food, we're talking about shelter, we're talking about clothing, okay? Do not go out and give all your effing stuff to the poor. Then you're poor. Okay? Now, if you're rich and you can afford it, that's fine. If you can afford it, don't give it all away, of course. But if you can afford it, donate to, your local soup kitchen or, Toys for Tots or, one of those other charities that you want, if you can. But don't go giving all your stuff away. That's just dumb. Okay? That is just dumb. And we're supposed to trade what we can see and feel and touch for something we can't see and feel and touch. Something that we're not even sure is going to happen, because all of this is supposed to take place after we're dead. So basically he's saying, you know what? Make your life, your one life that you are guaranteed because you are here. Take this one life that you are guaranteed and make it a living hell so you can go to heaven, which is not guaranteed because we have not seen heaven. We have not seen God. Hey, Marianne. So you want us to trade for that? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, and not even Christians will tell you to sell all that you have, which is really hypocritical of them because they say they follow Jesus. So, you know, be that as it may, it's just one of those things that you got to get through, I guess. But, you know, they're a bunch of hypocrites anyway. They're a bunch of, hey, Marianne, they're a bunch of hypocrites anyway. So, you know, we already know that. So, anyway, if you would, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new videos, hit that bell next to the subscribe button. Links are in the description. On my Teespring, I now have 2 more stores, I guess you could say. One of them with the slogan, "I deal in facts, not faith." The other one is "Free to be me" with an LGBTQ flag. So go ahead and check that out. See if there's something you want on my Teespring site. The link is in the description. And I will see you later. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.